Hi guys, Kim here. Welcome to Backyard Blooms. In today's video, we are going to do a little January garden tour. There's not a lot to see here in January because it's been quite cold. We did get a little bit of a snow/ice storm here recently, and I got a few little pictures of that to show you and share with you as well. But the sun is out and the snow has melted and the ice has melted, and I am going to try my best to get my tulips in the ground. Yes, it is mid-January. For here in Charlotte, North Carolina, I have to at least chill my tulips for 8 to 10 weeks. They've been chilling since October, so they have lots and lots of time to have been chilled, but I just have not had the time to get them out into the ground. So hopefully I can get some of them done today. I have about 1,000 tulips to get done. They're the same variety, but I planted these a couple of years ago, and I'll share a picture of those with you as well. They are called Jack and Jill, and they are a blend from Color Blends. So anyways, I'm really excited to get those into the ground. I do have a video of last year where I planted multiple tulips and I showed you different ways of planting them. So I will post that video at the very end of the screen for you if you're interested in that. You may gain some inspiration and knowledge from that as well. I'm really not sure which method that I'm going to use today. I'll probably use several different methods. I will probably use the trench method, and I will probably use my auger, my power planter auger, to plant some of these tulips as well. So before we get started, I wanted to share some adventures that I had over the holidays. My son is in the military and he is stationed in Colorado Springs. And he is going to be deployed sometime in March or April, so we're not going to see him much next year. So we thought we would take a whole week to go to Colorado Springs because I've never been to Colorado at all and do a little winter vacation. So I know I've been pretty selfish because I like a summer vacation more than I like a winter vacation, but it was very, very nice to see my guys in my life enjoy the snow and snowboarding and skiing and whatever have you. And the landscape was absolutely gorgeous. So I want to talk to you about the Garden of Gods, and this was absolutely beautiful. And let me tell you just a little bit about Garden of Gods while I'll throw some pictures up for you to share. So the Garden of Gods is in Colorado Springs. It is home to geological and ecological rarities that makes this park a prime site for native lovers. And boy, do we absolutely love the nature there. We like to hike, we like to go on walks, and this was just a beautiful, beautiful sight to see. Discovering new species of dinosaur and subspecies of honey ant not previously recorded. The park is home to countless flora and fauna, which I am going to definitely share that with you since I am a garden channel. So we were definitely in awe over all the different rock formations that they had here in this park. It was absolutely gorgeous, and we actually can see Pikes Peak, which was our next thing on our list, and I'll share that picture with you too, while we were here in the Garden of Gods where you can see Pikes Peak. So after we left the Garden of Gods, we ventured up to Pikes Peak. We really weren't sure if we were going to be able to make it to the top, but we were able to make it to the top, and holy moly was it absolutely cold up there. But on our way up there, which is 14,107 feet up, we were able to see like gorgeous mountains, trees, snow. It was absolutely beautiful, but it was so, so cold at the very, very top. So let me tell you a little bit about Pikes Peak. Pikes Peak is the highest summit of the southern Front Range of the Rocky Mountains in northern America. It is located in Pike National Forest in Colorado Springs, and I already told you about the elevation of 14,107 feet. And yes, it was very, very hard to breathe up there. Plus, it was so cold and so windy. So we were definitely ready to make our trek all the way back down Pikes Peak down to the base of Colorado Springs. So I already shared with you some of the pictures of Garden of Gods and Pikes Peak, but if you're interested in more pictures of mine that I took at Garden of Gods and Pikes Peak, you can jump to the end of the video and I'll share more pictures and videos with you there with a little bit of music. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you what my garden is looking like here in January. It's going to be like a really quick video because I need to get to planting some tulips today. So just quickly, this is what the hydrangea garden is looking like, just a bunch of sticks, but I do love my emerald green arborvitaes over there. And then my roses, my rose garden right here. You can see the Sprinter boxwoods have a little bit of bronzing, and that is absolutely natural and normal for right now, for this time of year, just a little bit of winter bronze. And when it starts to warm up just a little bit in the spring, then it'll start to turn more green. So my roses right here, usually I've already have got these cut back to a manageable, like down to at least right here where you're not seeing like all of these kind of sticks poking up. But you guys, I just have not been able to get into my garden like I normally have. So anyways, these roses need to be pruned back in January anyways. That's a good time for me to do that in my zone of Charlotte, North Carolina, zone 8. And for some of you that have a lot of snow and will continue to have a lot of snow, I'm going to say probably March or April might be good for you. But once these are start to push out some growth, like this one's already starting to push out a little bit. I don't know if you could see that in my camera, but some of the new growth's coming on. That's a great time to go ahead and start pruning these. And I will prune these all the way down to probably about 12 inches from the ground. And I will share a video with you on that. And I do have lots of videos already that I've done in the last couple of years. So got to do that in the garden, but that's what my rose garden is looking like right now. And I do have 4 quadrants, and I have lots and lots of Sprinter boxwoods right here. But I think this is one of my favorite parts of the garden right here, and I do love it. And it is a little bit more of a formal garden, but it is one of my favorites. And I am going to plant some alliums in this area here pretty soon. I'm not sure if I'll get to that today, but I'll share with you how I plant the alliums and talk a little bit about the alliums too. A little bit of hanging baskets. Now the deer have come up here and have ate some of my pansies or violas or whatever I have in here. I think these were pansies, so I need to come and trim these up. Do love this grass right here though. Still looking really, really pretty. This grass it's called Elijah Blue. Love it. So I hope to keep that in there and just kind of plant around it too, or I can take these grasses out and plant them into the ground as well. Now this area right here, you can see where the sod has kind of like died back because these hydrangeas have kind of came over a little bit, and you can really see it up here. Let me come up here and show you. So you know I do have a new puppy called Roxy, and she's a corgi and she likes to dig, but this is kind of like a big mess right here. So I'm going to ask my husband to kind of pull these rubber edging out a little bit to where it kind of comes to the sod. So that's something that I've got to work on this year. And then I have a climbing rose over there on that trellis that needs to be pruned back, but it doesn't look terrible. So coming on down here, not really a whole lot to show you in January. I do have some daisies that still have some green growth on it. My new maple tree there. I just have, like I said, I have not been able to get out here lately. And you can see where my deer fence has been broke and they've kind of came in. Do you see where I have this line right here? And this down here is some of the line that they broke. So I need to get that fixed. My Nellie Stevens has a ton of berries on it this year, which I absolutely love. I did get some of these raised boxes tidied up a little bit. And I need to come back and my goal, I think, this year is to remove these boxes, and I want to have both these boxes the same. So that's my goal, another goal this year that I want to do into my garden. And then coming on up here, you can see our sod is dormant right now. That's why it's brown. I have some more hanging baskets over here that got the deer just devoured and actually even pulled this whole plant up. You can see where it ate it. So I need to like get that planted somewhere. But look, you guys, isn't this just so sad? There's things that I want to do in the garden different next year. I do want to pull these roses up here because they always get eaten by the deer. So I want to put something there that's not so much loved by the deers. I have some of my daffodils coming up. These containers look pretty sad, and actually the deer ate on some of these too. So I'm kind of not so happy about these containers right now. And this spike has seen better days too. I can probably just come and cut it all the way back. This one up here looks just a little bit better, but not much. This Rumex looks really good still, so I need to come and just kind of prune this up a little bit. But this one looks better because the deer didn't touch it as much. Really excited to see my hellebores start blooming when they do bloom. This is the perfect time to access too, like what do you have in your garden when all the perennials aren't up. So like I could plant a whole lot of more of these hellebores in this area right here. And that's what I've been working on. I actually been trying to limb up some of these cryptomeras and planting underneath of it like I have in this area right here. And yes, I still need to pull different plants up that got hit by the frost and everything else. Same with this right here. I might just cut these back and see if they'll come back, but they're pretty mushy. They probably won't at all come back. And then this area right here, I think next year I'm going to actually go ahead and plant this tree in the ground and use that container for something else. This skinny side garden, I do have stuff that needs to be pulled up, you guys. Look at this. Isn't it sad? I am going to put some tulips on this side. So as I do that, I'll clean this up a little bit as well. Some of my eucalyptus actually still looks really pretty. I love the little colors that it gives off there. The Lysianthus, I think, are going to come back and give me some more flowers. This lungwort, I'm going to dig up and put somewhere else. And then my camellias are pretty much, this one's kind of done. This one still has a few blooms on it, as you can see right there. And this tree's looking pretty good. No, I don't think it's been eaten by anything. I hope not anyways. Look at these little ends right here. Containers are looking sad. So I'm going to have to probably come and prune some of this back. This is all frozen. You can see I still have a little bit of ice there. Right there. And then my little salad garden over here. Still looks kind of sad, but I have seen it like perk back up a little bit when it got some sun. So I'll just leave that for right now. I still have to continue to water this because it's underneath the porch and doesn't get much natural rain. And then this is where I'm going to have to plant my tulips right here. So I'm going to continue with my quilt garden right here. You can see a quilt garden is just where you repeat a pattern, and I've got patterns that I've repeated right here with my violas. So what I'll do, I'll come in and put my tulips like right here into a V, and then all straight across, and then come in through the V and continue all the way down. My hardy, I want to say hibiscus, which it is a hibiscus right here. This needs to be cut all the way back. And then I need to pull some of my annuals up still too. And then this over here is a whole new project that I'm going to have to like come over here and just do nothing but in one whole day. Just pruning things back, digging things up. Over in this area right here. I do want to like pull some things up over here and plant some different types of plants, but I'm just not sure exactly what I want. I want this area to be like more blue, orange, yellows, colors. So my pink cashmere right here, some of it still looks really good. I could probably propagate some of that, but some of it needs to be, see, it's all crispy. Some looks good and some of it doesn't. My propagation on my petunias look good. I'll have to share that with you as well. I need to come and deadhead all of this. The grasses back there need to be pruned back. That wedge worm needs to be cut back because it's hiding different things. Oh, that's a mess. That honeysuckle needs to be cut back. My roses need to be cut back. You guys been lazy in your garden too? I've just been really tired and I don't have much energy to make myself get out here in the cold. But today's sunny, even though it's cold, it feels really good still. And then more roses over here that need to be pruned. I don't know if you watched my video with the Edgeworthia, but I really am excited about this plant right here. And you can see where it's got these little cute structures right here, and they're going to come out and be yellow and white blooms. Excited about that. And then there's my false hydrangea that I planted. So this is what the side garden's looking like. Look how bright and cheery this lemon coral sedum is. I'm going to have to plant more of that. So that's another one of my goals this year. And then you can see the lemon coral sedum over here still looks really good too in this pot. It just brings a lot of nice cheeriness to the area. And then I got to get this tree all deadheaded too. That's going to be a chore in itself. I do have some real pretty blooms up here on this camellia up here in this container. Doesn't that cheer you up just a little bit? And then my winter container over here still looks really good. I have a video on this too, on my winter foraging. Look how pretty that still looks here in the winter time. All right, so here are my Jack and Jill tulips from Color Blends. And I'm planning on, I have 1,000 of these blends right here. And they're both, let's see, they're pink and orange. And they're a vibrant pink and orange, which I absolutely love. Let me just put this on the ground a little bit. Here is the tag. So they bloom mid to late, which I really prefer mid, but this is what I got. And they get 20 to 22 inches tall, and I'm not going to worry about how far apart that I plant them. They're going to be like stuffed in there because I'm going to treat these as annuals for my area. It does not get cold enough in my area to keep tulips. Like Michigan, you could probably keep them in your ground, but Charlotte, North Carolina, no. So anyways, I think I'm going to try to put 400 in this area up here, which will give it a like spectacular show. And then over here underneath the trees, I'll probably try to put 100 there, 100 over there. And then on my side garden, over here on this side garden, I should be able to plant another 400, and that would be about 1,000 total, give or take, and we'll see. I might just put these in this area like in a clump, in a 25 in one little area. Okay, so I'm going to grab some gloves and my power planter and a shovel, and we're going to try to get as many tulips in the ground as we can because it's going to be cold again next weekend, and I do have to work this week. So come on and plant with me, you guys. Okay, so this area right here, I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to use the trough method for this area right here. All those tulips opened up with my Felco 2 pruners that I love, you guys. And I also love my root slayer right here. So what I'm going to do is kind of carve out this area right here. So the top is kind of frozen. I'm just going to pull it all the way back. See how that's frozen right there? Now you want to dig twice as deep as tall as your bulb is right here. So if your bulb is an inch, then you want to go 2 inches or 3 inches down. So that's kind of the rule of thumb. And then right down here, the pointy top goes to the top. The roots right here go down towards the bottom. So this is how you would plant them. But however, many people say that you can just throw them in there and they'll still grow up the right way. So let me know. Have you just thrown them in there? Because it'd be much easier if I could. So I got 1, 2, 3 little V's plus the ends here. I have some tulips from coming up from prior. Look at that. It's still a little frozen. All right, so I'm just going to dump them in here. And then I'm going to plant them the correct way. I wished I actually done this back in November. December flew by so fast. We had a wedding to go to. You guys have lots of goals for your garden this year. I know January is like a perfect time to dream about your garden, and I definitely am dreaming already about my garden. I'm excited about some of the new tulips that are coming out next year from Proven Winners that I want to try. All right, so let me bring you a little closer. And this is what my tulips are looking like right here in the V. So you can see I have dusty millers on the edge. I have yellow violas in the middle. And then I'm going to create this V here and then try to create another trough going along that drip over there. So that's what that looks like. So I'm just going to cover this back up with dirt, and I'm going to continue all the way down using the trough method. And this is what it looks like a little closer. guys, so I got all 400 tulips planted in here using the trench method, which is I just dug a hole or dug a trench and just laid them all in there, planted them pointy side up, and I planted them probably about this deep, 2 or 3 inches deep, and just covered it back up. So I don't know, maybe took me maybe 30 to 40 minutes to do that. So now I need to do around my trees and then the rest on that skinny side garden. But I hope this gave you some inspiration. Even in January, you can still plant your tulips. So get out and plant them if you have not yet, if you're able to, like I am. I mean, the ground was like frozen on top just a little bit, but down below was great. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my pictures from Garden of the Gods and Pikes Peak. And it was I'm so grateful to be able to see my son at Christmas time, and I'm going to miss him greatly this coming year because I'm not going to be able to see him probably until this time next year. So anyways, I hope you have a happy new year, and then this is the time to dream, so make sure you're dreaming about your garden. Go ahead and start planning about what you want to do next spring, what plants you want to plant, and what design you want to design. And you're more than welcome to copy off me if you like. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Bye, friends.